Where's my intro? Where's my intro? Hello, everyone. Welcome to Paranormal Hotseat. I am your host, Donna Guerin.
Hello, everybody. I'm your co-host, Stacy Guest.
And I am on my phone today, people, because I'm having computer issues. So bear with me. We have a wonderful guest for you tonight. We are talking to Elizabeth Price. She is the author of the book series Haunted Ends. And she gracefully agreed to come on the hot seat tonight. Oh, I have to figure this out. I'm sorry, people, because I'm on the phone. There we go. I'm gonna bring her in. Hold on. There
Hi,
she is.
everyone.
Elizabeth, you there? There. Thank you. Yeah, I'm getting I'm getting the hang of it. How are you tonight?
Doing good.
Good. Thank you for agreeing to come on the hot seat tonight.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
So
I think. I'm hoping.
we like to have fun as well. We do question people, but we like to try to have fun as well. So we're not going to drill you like we did one of the guys in North Carolina.
Shout out PD Region.
He's part of our para family, so we felt comfortable drilling him. So we're not going to do that to you. But I did start reading.
Just the writer, just the writer.
Yeah, just the writer. Yeah, but I did start reading one of your books. I think it's is it the Soul Searcher, the newer one? Is that the one you said is based out of Arizona?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
it starts in San Francisco, goes through Arizona. I think it ends in Flagstaff.
Okay. Yeah,
nice.
I'm kind of thinking that that's the right one because with the haunted hotel.
There's a lot of them have haunted hotels.
Okay, so I think that's the one. That's the one I started.
Does it start on Halloween?
Yeah.
Okay, then Soul Searcher.
The Soul Searcher. Okay. So once I started reading it, then I'm like, okay, so yeah, this is a series. I need to start from the beginning.
Yeah. You kind of have to know the characters a little bit. Rocky and Sam are.
Yeah, that would help. So I haven't read anymore because I need to start from the beginning. I hate doing that in a series because I did that with the Alex Croft series. I end up reading like the third or fourth book, and my sister was like, "No, stop! You got to start from the beginning." So yeah, I got hooked.
It helps explain a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So you said that in your bio, hush, my little chihuahua. So you said in your bio at an early age that you enjoy researching the paranormal and unexplained urban myths. So what was the contributing factor to get you into doing that?
Well, I always had these little things with my parents would tell me that I was born into a haunted house.
Okay.
Obviously, I was too young to know that there was ghosts around or anything, but the whole idea of ghosts kind of stuck in my head at an early age. And I really kind of was interested in anything unusual. I was a big nerd when I was a kid. But, so yeah, it was just like always looking for, okay, so there's ghosts and there's a thing called a poltergeist, and what's different between a regular ghost and a poltergeist, and all these different, it just kind of snowballed into where I am today.
Oh, okay, cool. Hey, Robert and Christopher and Hetty, thank you guys for coming in. Robert says, "You go, Donna."
What's
I'm
up,
working
Carol?
from my phone, Robert. I got this. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Stacy.
Oh no, so I was just gonna say, so as I understand it, you have worked and lived in many haunted buildings.
I've worked more in haunted buildings than I've lived, thankfully,
Okay.
because I'm grateful for that. But yeah, I've worked in a couple of haunted buildings. That one in particular. At first, I was afraid of the guy. I was a Victorian in Riverside. It was a real estate office, and when I first worked there, weird things would happen, and the radio would turn on, and I'd have my little radio on my desk, speaking out, "I see you," and all these really crazy things would happen out of nowhere.
Oh, wow.
And I finally asked one of my coworkers about it. He says, "Oh yeah, it used to be a drug house, and somebody was murdered in the back room.
Oh,
It was just
wow.
always freezing." After a while, because I would work there by myself a lot, I just got so annoyed by this ghost, because he would make it so, like, there was an emergency and I would try to go pick up the phone to make a phone call, and he wouldn't let me call out the phone. So I'd have to have somebody take their cell phone and make the phone call. It was so irritating after a while. I was grateful to be done with the job just to get rid of him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's like, I got tired. It's like, I'm not afraid of ghosts, but I'm irritated by them.
Right. Well, especially
I
when you
know
can't
you
even
see
make a
me.
phone
Yeah,
call.
okay, got
Yeah.
it.
I always joke around and say I could deal with the dead. The living is what irritates me.
Well, I mean, what if you're a jerk when you were alive? You're probably going to be a jerk when you're dead too.
Oh,
So.
yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
I've heard that
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
The irritating ghost.
So
So,
that's one of your least favorite hauntings. Do you have a favorite one that you can think of?
Well, I had an interesting experience one time in Palm Springs. My husband and I had stopped off to visit from Arizona. Actually, we were coming back from Arizona. Stopped off to visit an uncle that was in the hospital, and we had walked out into the parking lot of the hospital. And I don't remember why we were standing there. I think we were maybe waiting for somebody. And this gentleman came over to me, a young, I'm guessing 22 maybe. And he asked me the time. Well, I looked down at my watch to tell the time. And by the time I looked up at him, he was gone.
oh, wow.
A couple of days later, I looked at the newspaper. There had been an accident on the freeway that had killed 3 kids. And here this guy's picture was in the newspaper.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And so that was an unnerving feeling, but I wasn't frightened or anything. It just, it really kind of made me start thinking more, like, how would you know if you're dead when you're dead?
Yeah. Especially if it's a traumatic incident.
Yeah, exactly. So that's also one of the reasons why I started thinking the human aspect behind a ghost, and why I created my Sam character.
Yeah. Sam is kind of funny. Yeah.
He's a pain sometimes, though. But yeah.
Yeah. So how long have you been writing mysteries?
Mysteries, I started really writing them. Haunted Ends was my first mystery series, first mystery
okay.
book, and then series. I was a science fiction writer beforehand, and I just decided, you know what, try something new, and that actually worked for me. I was a better mystery writer than I was a science fiction writer. But
Okay.
yeah, so since I think 2014.
Oh, okay. So how many books are in the Haunted Inn series right now?
Right now, there are 5 books. The
Okay.
Soul Search being the last one out.
Okay. Well, yeah, I can get caught up.
Yes, please do.
Oh, Carol Garcia says, does Elizabeth have any psychic abilities?
I guess I'm more open to being able to see ghosts, because I don't disbelieve them. Maybe, I mean, I believe in their existence, so maybe it's a little bit easier for me to see them.
Yeah.
But no, nothing psychic, other than, oh my goodness, my muffins are about ready to burn, or something. I wish it would be really neat to have. It's a really cool ability.
Yeah, we have a few psychics on our team. It's very interesting to talk to them and watch them work. So it's pretty cool.
Mhm. Elizabeth, What is the most important lesson you've learned as an author?
To have a really thick skin, because I mean, you're not going to ever please everyone, and you can do all the research in the world to make something absolutely perfect, and somebody's going to say, no, you're wrong, it has to be this way, or I didn't like your character doing this, you should have done it this way. There's always something, and it's you just kind of just like, okay, yeah, that's great, that's a good idea, I'll think about it and move on. If it's a good idea, maybe I'll use it, but most of the time I don't.
Oh, Hetty says I'm an empath and trying to learn how to use it. Okay. So you said, and that Hetty also said that their friend has two spirits in their house. Hey, if they're in Arizona, call Machiavelli Paranormal. We'll get on
Yep.
it.
Send them my way. I want to teach them how to cook.
Too funny. So have you?
I always wanted to live in an actual haunted house that had a nice, like couple who could do the cooking and the cleaning for me. And it's like, oh yeah, go ahead and scare from this time to this time, as long as you make sure the floor is clean. That'd be so nice.
Yeah, since you're here, pick up a broom or a mop. Do something.
Yeah,
Don't just
exactly.
lay around.
Don't rearrange your furniture. You just pick it up and clean under it. You're good.
And scare away the solicitors.
Oh, even better. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Christopher says, how am I liking that Iron Bean coffee? Oh man, I am out. I need to do a subscription. I love that stuff. There's this brand that I've been getting. Well, it's Iron Bean coffee, and the one that I like is called Murder Company, and it's like murderously caffeinated is what they call it. I love that stuff. They don't give me the jitters, but I'll be like, yeah, it's like drinking a Red Bull.
I need that. I'm usually up at 4 a.m. So yeah, I need that.
Oh man, ironbeancoffee.com. Check them out, man. They got all kind of flavors and they're great. I need an endorsement. No, I'm just kidding.
But
yeah, Brian. Hey, Brian. He's Brian and Robert from PD Region in North Carolina, or it is South Carolina. I keep getting them mixed up. North Carolina. They're one that told me about it, but yeah, I love that stuff. And you can get a subscription to it, which I need to do because I'm running out too fast. My son loves it too. Okay, so have you actually been on any paranormal investigations?
I wish one day I really want to go. But I haven't gotten to the. I haven't known anybody actually before.
I'm be in Palm Springs the next month. I'll have to take you someplace haunted.
I don't know too many places in Palm Springs that are actually haunted, but I'd be curious.
Yeah, that'd be funny. I've never been to California. My best friend is flying from Illinois to Palm Springs for some training. And she's like, well, how far is it from you? It's like 3.5 hours. I was like, okay, I can do that drive.
I only go to Palm Springs if I have to. not my favorite place.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like it either. It's
too hot.
I don't like it. Yeah, it's hotter than here, Donna.
Really?
Yeah,
well,
it gets hotter over there than here.
Well, it's November, so maybe it won't be too bad.
Oh, yeah. This time of year is perfect all the way through probably February, but no, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I drive 3.5 hours to go to a ghost hunting, so I might as well go see my best friend. Okay. If the maid is around and you smell rose water, if the undertaker is around, you smell a pipe. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. He said one is a maid and one's an undertaker right before that. Awesome.
So, Elizabeth, in your opinion, what is the most important personality trait or strength someone needs to have to be an author?
I mean, it's different for everyone. I feel for me that being able to be a little bit extroverted, going out talking to people, especially as a mystery writer. I got most of my ideas actually going out to these hotels. The Juniper Hotel was actually based on a hotel I went to go talk to the people. I heard in Ventura there was a Bella. I have it written down. Bella Rosa. Bella Minori Hotel in Ventura, and I based my entire story on the Juniper Hotel, based on what people were talking about who had worked there, and I have an issue with writers who are like, oh, I can't leave my office. I can just do everything on here. No, get out, explore,
Yeah.
do something other than be timid and shy. And I mean, it makes your work more believable in a way.
Yeah.
Yes, Hetty, I have been touched by a spirit. Hetty, I hope I'm saying this right, Hetty. So yes, I've been touched by a spirit. I took my son with me on it was a old tuberculosis clinic, and took my son with me. I've been there several times, and we were down in this basement area, and we were with a tour guide because it was his first time going. And I actually said, "It's okay if you touch me." Oh, thank you. I am pronouncing it right. And I was like, "It's okay if you touch me." And I felt the light brush right across my face right after I said it. So I was like, I was all excited. I was like, "That's awesome." My son looked at me like I was nuts.
I was in the Birdcage Theater, and I had my butt grabbed by a spirit. I think they thought I was a lady of the evening.
Well, what a compliment.
Right? It's like, okay.
Did they tip? I hear they tip every once in a while.
Right?
Too funny. So, okay, so you haven't actually been on a paranormal investigation, but if you had the opportunity, what's 2 or 3 places that you would like to go to?
Oh, all of them, pretty much.
All of them.
One I've really been wanting to go to. Obviously, I mean, it's kind of cliche. Alcatraz. I really want to go to Alcatraz.
One of mine too. Yeah.
Then I had Winchester House. I was so close a couple of years ago to being able to go, and I got this massive migraine before going in, and I couldn't do it.
Oh.
So I was so upset
wow.
over that. Another cliche, Tombstone. I really want to go to Tombstone.
Oh, you'll love Tombstone.
Mm-hmm.
I hear it's a little too it's going a little commercial now, but I still think it's really awesome.
It's touristy, but it's such a historic place. I mean, you don't have to actually go into Birdcage or anything to actually experience anything. You could just walk down the street from what I was told. What is it, Allen Street, Stacy? That has a lot of activity in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm. And there's also the old cemetery there. Not Boot Hill. Boot Hill is a tourist trap. But there's the local old cemetery there. It's free, and a lot of activity happens there as well. Yeah. But yes, it is
anywhere in Louisiana, basically. New Orleans. I hear you could just pretty much throw a rock and you'll hit something that's haunted.
Oh man, I loved it when I went there. Yeah, it was awesome. That's why first time I caught shadow figures on camera.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
They actually have signs hanging outside of buildings, like for apartments for rent and or anything like that. And it says they have a sign that says haunted or not haunted.
Mm-hmm. my mother-in-law went down there and took pictures of that for me. And it's like, are you serious? Oh my God, I gotta go.
Okay. Oh, okay. Carol says, when I get touched, it's usually behind my left ear and into my hair, gentle. And once I was hugged, but then I squeezed my lungs. Oh, wow. That would be crazy.
Mm-mm.
That would be crazy. Yeah, this lady's house that we did, she said that she felt like she was getting hugged. She think it was her husband because he had passed away like 2 weeks before we investigated our house. She's like, I was getting a tight hug, but then I got scared after a minute because it kept getting tighter. I was like, oh my God.
No.
Hugs are nice until you can't breathe anymore.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, go ahead, Stacy.
So Elizabeth, if you could have coffee with any historical figure, who would it be and why?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Well, I'm a huge fan of Poe. I wanted to say that at first because I thought he'd be really interesting to talk to, but I have to go Samuel Clemens. Just because the man was so opinionated. I'd love to know his idea on politics nowadays. Because I don't know if I can ever get him to shut up, but I just want to hear it.
Very good answers. Both of them, actually. I think Poe would be interesting, but he seems like he'd be really kind of shy.
Yeah,
Maybe in
yeah,
person.
that's what I kind
Yeah.
of think too.
Yeah. Maybe kind of a boring conversation. Oh,
Or a little dangerous. I don't know. I don't want to be
that too.
underneath the floorboards afterwards.
Right? Leaving there feeling super depressed.
Buddy. Oh, go ahead, Stacy. I'm out.
Oh, okay. So, who has been your most important mentor in your life?
When I first started writing, I was absolutely horrible. I admit it. And when you're young, you first think you're just because you've written a few books or whatever, it doesn't mean they're worth anything. And I had a woman who I met through my husband. It was my husband's boss's wife, actually, and it's named Pat Bresky. And she really put me on the right track of where I needed to go, the kind of schooling I needed, any kind of help I ever needed to get me going in the right direction. If I needed an interview to talk to somebody, she was there for me. So she's been a real inspiration to me.
Awesome.
Oh, Carol says that squeeze was at a prison. Which prison was it at? That would be weird.
Then you get helped.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Katie says, I was touched by an 8-year-old boy looking for his mommy. I found out he was buried at the old cemetery behind the church right next to the house I was investigating. Oh, wow.
Hetty, how do you know that it was the little 8-year-old boy? I'm kind of curious as to how she found out who it was.
That'd be
Interesting.
Yeah. Burlington Prison, New Jersey for Carol.
North Jersey.
Wow. Burlington Prison. I've never heard of that place. But then again, I don't go to Jersey very often either. So,
well, have you been in New Jersey? Have you been in New Jersey?
I've never, as far as in New York, I've been was Buffalo when I went to Niagara Falls.
Okay. Right on.
So, no.
How about you, Elizabeth? Have you been to the East Coast at all?
I had relatives in Indiana. I visited a few times, but not really. I've been wanting to.
No,
I know, me too. I haven't made my way that way either. I think the only east I've been is Florida. That's it.
Is it even east?
It's like southeast.
I think Florida is its own continent down there. Well,
yeah, it really is. It really is. When you get a chance.
A medium Solomon was in front of him. And I heard him, and the medium said he heard him too. Oh, well, that's cool.
Oh, wow.
So,
right
yeah,
on.
Let me see. Well, yeah, because like I said, I went to Niagara Falls. We went through, it took, 90, 94. I came back. I was like in a hurry to get, I got back in like 8 hours. I think I broke all the speed laws. Coming back, I was ready.
You have a starship or something?
Right.
Yeah, warp drive.
10-hour drive. Yeah, I wanted to drive into New York from there, but it was like 4 hours from Buffalo, and I just wasn't up to it. So, but yeah, that's the farthest east I've been. I've been wanting to go to New York, but never did. One of these days, maybe.
I don't have any inclination to want to go to New York, but I think New Hampshire or Maine would be really cool. Like smaller towns, Vermont.
Yeah.
Small towns. Yeah.
Yeah. That's where my sister-in-law's from, Vermont.
Salem, yeah, that's on my bucket list. Definitely want to go there. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go where Taryn is. Taryn, she's out in New Jersey. She's a part of our, what we call Parafam, is our paranormal family. She's out, or was in Gettysburg. I would love to go to Gettysburg.
Oh, all the battlefields out there.
Yeah.
Super haunted.
Mm-hmm. She goes there a lot.
My sister says she loves the hair.
It's a Halloween wig. I was feeling like, I don't know. It's
super
October.
Cute, though.
Thank you. My hair color.
Don't put any things in. It'd be a little too scary.
Right?
Yeah, my first instinct was, what you do to your hair? But it's cute, so.
Well, I've got really long hair like you, Elizabeth, and it's almost the same color, like a strawberry blonde. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so yeah.
So now I know what I look like with a black wig.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try it out.
That's really do it and take pictures.
Wow.
So
Hattie says,
Elizabeth, if you could
go
give
ahead.
I'm sorry, Donna.
Oh, no, go ahead. No, go ahead.
If you could give your younger writer self any advice, what would it be?
Just don't stop learning. Just keep going. Just put up with everything you need to do, and just keep learning.
Yeah. And don't listen to the critics.
Exactly.
Yep. No critics. Critics suck.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the critics. The critics always have something bad to say, but then the public be like, well, it was great. I loved it. What are they talking about?
Mm-hmm.
I don't listen to any kind of reviews about movies or books or anything from, the top critics.
Mm-hmm.
Because not everybody likes the same stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's just an opinion. Everybody has one.
It's
Hey, Michael.
For me, when I first started out doing this, it's like I was begging everybody to read my books, but not everybody likes ghosts, and not everybody likes mysteries or whatever. So you're forcing somebody to do something they don't like. So you're already putting yourself in a bad situation.
Yeah.
So you just don't do that.
Yeah. I love mysteries. I love the thrillers and anything that's going to give me anything spooky. I love. It was we were talking about haunted houses with one of my twins, and my sister and I, she's on here, Anna Guerin. We went to, I think it was the 13th floor last year, if I'm not mistaken, and it was long. We kind of laughed through it. It wasn't scary to us, but I told my son, he was like, "Really?" I told my son, I was like, "But I hunt ghosts, so this stuff really didn't scare me because I'm a paranormal investigator." So I was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna waste my money again."
Unless somebody comes out, rips off their face, and does something horrible, he's like, "Okay, yeah, whatever."
We do get desensitized in this industry for sure. Yeah, we do.
You really do.
Yeah,
you really do. Michael's on. She's our psychic medium for our Phoenix team. She's in the comments too. She's awesome.
Michael?
Carol says, "I don't listen to new reviews either. I like to either read the books or watch the movie and form my own opinion." That's right. That's what I like to do as well.
Exactly.
Me too.
Yeah, because one person will hate it and you will absolutely love it.
Yep.
So yeah. She want to check out. My sister said she want to check out Fear Farm. I heard Fear Farm was supposed to be good. I think that's the one. Is that the one out near Luke Air Force Base? She goes. Michael says, "Hey sisters, oh, there's an outdoor one. I think that's the one she's talking about. Fear Farm. That it has like you've heard about. You know which one I'm talking about?
I've been there one time. Yeah, I've been there one time. It was a long time ago, but I've been there one time. But it just doesn't get me anymore.
Well, like I said, when you're a ghost.
Yeah.
I've never been a fan of those kind of things, the mazes and stuff. I mean, Southern California, we got all these theme parks, and it's like, yeah, I think I'll skip it.
Too many people.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah. That's my thing.
I did the one at Queen Mary a long time ago, and it was just them throwing like weird guts against walls, and I was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's not fun to me.
It's too people-y out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Commune with the dead. It's so much quieter. Most of
the time.
Yeah. I'm an introverted extrovert. I like my peace and the serenity of my apartment, but I'll get out there once I go out, and then I'm kind of outgoing, but I would rather be home.
That's part of being a Pisces.
Oh yes, that's right. We're both Pisces. Our birthday is like a week apart.
5 days. 5 days apart.
5 days. Yeah.
So yeah.
How did you guys arrange that, or just?
It's funny how it happened because when we were involved in a rear end. Somebody rear-ended us. We were out with a park ranger we were going to go explore some cemeteries. This drunk driver ran into us. He just rammed us right into the back of us. And when we were talking to the firemen, which were pretty hot, by the way, He asked Stacy her birthday.
I've been married too long. I can't hear this.
And I was like, man, firemen are always around, aren't they? Yeah, and she said her birthday, and I looked at it. I was like, wait a minute, I'm the 10th. So, yeah, that's how we found that out.
Yeah, we were hit by a drunk driver.
Oh, well, that's one way to come together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we had just left the cemetery and was going our next destination. We're sitting at the light, and he just plows right into the back of us. It's like, dude. So I'm assuming this question is for you, Elizabeth. It said, what do you think of haunted items like Annabelle and Robert? I've been hearing about this Robert, but I'm not sure who or what that is.
Robert the doll is a doll based in Florida. And he's said to contain more than I think 150 spirits in the doll. Oh. And you have to ask his permission to take his picture. You have to greet him nicely. You have to be very nice. Otherwise, there's some a curse that's attached with him. And people have died and gotten really sick. They've gotten into car crashes. They've lost jobs, their families.
Oh, wow.
He's a Final Destination doll.
Oh,
he
wow.
is. Yeah. That's a good way to put it. Perfect. Yeah, he is. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, she's not as famous. Annabelle is kept in a case. That I do know. So I take it that Robert is not. This doll is just out there. You have to ask permission to take his picture, huh?
Yep.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, you can't make fun of him. You can't tease him. He's very sensitive.
Yes.
Wow. Who is that?
He's a lot better looking than Annabelle.
He's still creepy, but not as creepy as Annabelle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have to Google it because I think it was Taryn that said something about if you can't touch it, why is the case so clean or something. I was like, okay, well, what is Robert?
Because the doll's in there cleaning her own case. That's why she can't. I want out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if nobody could touch it, why isn't that dusty? Funny. And Annabelle's a Raggedy Ann doll, yeah.
Yes. I had one of those growing up too.
I think everybody did, at least as far as girls. I think we all had a Raggedy Ann doll at one point.
I don't think you did. Did you, Elizabeth?
I did have a Raggedy Ann, but I was more in the Cabbage Patch era.
Oh, that
Me too.
was
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, that's right. You guys are young. I'm an old lady. My mother used to collect Cabbage Patch dolls.
I like hearing that one.
I know. I don't even get carded anymore.
I got to kiss the past person who carded me. It's like, thank you.
I get that. I bought some wine the other day and I got carded. She was like, "Can I see your ID?" I was like, "Hell yeah, here."
Yeah, exactly. How much do I have to tip you?
I was like, "Of course you can." Too funny. And she looked at me like, "Okay." I
had one the other day. Just tell me your birthday. That's good enough for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to actually announce that out loud. Okay, thank you.
Oh, right? Wow. Carol says as soon as we started talking about Robert, her tablet glitched.
Ooh.
I follow Tony Spera that owns Annabelle. Oh, cool. That would be cool. So is Annabelle
that's not an accusation I want?
Yeah.
No. I don't even want to go visit.
No.
So is Annabelle in the hands of the Warrens, like descendants or something? Is it still in the family, or does anybody know?
Well, that's I don't know, Tony's Spira? I don't know if that's one of their, I have no idea. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Well, thank you. Okay.
Yeah, thanks, honey.
Carol said, "I don't like being called ma'am. Yeah, I know." Me either.
It needs to be erased from society.
Yeah. So, Elizabeth, what was the hardest scene to write about out of all your books?
I write so much now. I'm a ghostwriter for actual work. And so a lot of my work, I don't have a problem with anymore, but I used to have a really hard time with fight scenes and trying to figure out what to do with a sword and how it went through somebody or any number of throwing a punch. I always felt kind of odd in those scenes.
Okay. Well, yeah, because if you've never been in a sword fight or a fist fight, right?
Exactly. And I'm not about to go out and experience that. Thank you.
No.
I
But
kind of like my blood on the inside of me.
Me too.
Yeah, it looks better there.
Yeah.
I know. Oh, Hetty says that that's their daughter, I'm guessing.
Tony
My,
is their son-in-law.
okay. Tony's the son-in-law. Okay. My sister's saying yes, but I'm not sure what. So Tony Zaffis
Zaffis.
is related to the Warrens too. Okay.
I think he's the son-in-law or something. I think.
Okay.
Should we get out a family tree and try to figure this all out?
I know, right? There you go. Let me get on Google and.
I know, but what in the next second stream over here.
So Liz,
I'm sorry. Give people an idea of what your book series is like, or what it's about.
Well, it starts off with Sam Thomas, who is a diamond dealer. Well, he transports diamonds from Los Angeles up to San Francisco to have them cut, and then he brings them back down to the diamond district. Well, somebody got wind of that, how much money he usually carries in diamonds, and he ends up a ghost in the middle of the Juniper Hotel, which is the hotel he was staying at. And in comes a paranormal detective group like yourself, investigators, who's been wanting to investigate the Juniper Hotel, who's said to have many, many ghosts. And Sam happens to be one of these ghosts now, and he's still upset that somebody stole his diamonds and blackmails Rocky into helping him, the paranormal medium of the show. And Rocky's got his problems. He's really messed up, and the producer of the show is his ex-wife, and so there's a lot of animosity there, and it's a really fun kind of story. It's not like, oh my god, there's blood and guts and things are going to be scary constantly. It's just this annoying little ghost who starts off trying to find out who killed him. And then later on, the series continues with Sam decides, you know what? I'm going to stick around. I have nothing better to do. I'm dead. And, I'm not going to stick around the hotel all the time. So let's help these people out. And he becomes a member of the team.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hey, Megan. Wow. Yeah. Like I said, I'm going to have to, I'm not going to pick it back up and finish reading. I'm going to go back from the beginning because, yeah, it seems like there's definitely a good storyline there. Pretty funny.
And then later on, it goes into a lot of the ghosts that haunt the Juniper Hotel. Yeah. And a lot of them are characters because you're going back to the 18 and 1700s when the gold rush was around. And there's a lot of history into the whole Juniper, because you're talking about, just because there's a hotel there now doesn't mean that there wasn't something there beforehand.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the characters are left over. A lot of the ghosts are continuing to haunt, even though, hey, there's 3 stories and a TV. Oh, ghosts love TV now.
Yeah, I'm at where, not far, well, a little further down where the sheriff shows up and looking for an escape spirit. So I'm guessing I'm just guessing maybe that's the Soul Searcher. I don't know, but yeah, it's pretty. I was like, oh, okay. So the sheriff's back from the 1800s or whatever it was, pops up, and yeah, there's bodies. It's pretty cool. I like it.
I remember hearing a comedian recently saying that ghosts nowadays, where are they going to come into your room and go, "Ooh, I want your Wi-Fi password," that kind of. Makes sense, though. I mean, you're talking people who are, okay, I died 400 years ago. You're probably going to want something more than, oh, I died yesterday. Or I really got to check my email. I mean, work's probably upset with me.
Funny.
That's funny. Hetty would like to know, Elizabeth, if you would ever write something for kids.
I've been asked to, and I don't know. I've attempted a few times, but I'm not sure. I'd have to think about it. I'm more of a have to write 200 pages before I'm satisfied kind of person.
Right.
Maybe YA, but not like picture books or anything.
Yeah, I would probably write something like that book, Go to After Sleep. It's an actual book. Go to fuck to sleep. So yeah, or tweens, funny or tweens. Oh, okay, children's book or tweens.
Or tweens. Oh yeah, okay. Elizabeth, what is one of your pet peeves in the author industry?
Authors, there's so many indie authors, and I'm guilty of it. I have indie books too, that people just think, oh, I can write a book and everybody's going to love it and I'm going to be a millionaire. It's very hard to make it in this industry, and people need to realize there's going to be a lot of struggle if you're ever going to succeed. And a lot of people coming into the industry just are so upset that they haven't made $1 million in 5 days since they put their books up that they just give up. And I don't know, just be prepared to be patient and keep working at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you find authors to be kind of fickle creatures?
Depends on the author. I don't know.
Depends
I
on
don't
the-
feel like I'm too fickle. I'm to a point now in my career that, hey, you need me to change it? Okay, if it works better, I'll change it. But most people, a lot of authors I've seen when they're first starting out, it's like, oh my God, you can't change this word because it means everything. And it's like, no, yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
you just move on. It's an industry. It's a job. It really is a
Right.
job. You
Right.
do it, and you
Oh,
do the best product.
Right. I love your attitude. I do.
oh, sorry. I'll be right back.
Sure, no problem. No, I love your attitude.
You got
because-
critics over here. I see. Okay.
Right, right. I was just about to bring that up too. It's like, yeah, like with the critics, like, you know,
They're all dogs. Yeah.
yeah. So, did you grow up in California then?
Yeah, I did grow up in California.
Okay, what area?
I grew up in Redlands, and not too far from Big Bear.
Okay,
Let me think.
up north.
Hmm?
Up north.
No, well, not. I would say logistically near Palm Springs. I guess is the next bigger one, between San Bernardino and Palm Springs,
Oh, okay, okay.
against the mountains. And then I moved out here towards in Corona now, and I've lived here for going on 20 years.
Right
And
on.
Corona's not too far from Disneyland area.
Oh, okay.
Okay, okay, okay. So the La Jolla area, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful there. Beautiful.
So Megan,
Most of the time, yeah. Most of the
so Megan Elizabeth is an author. She has a series of books called Haunted Ends. Did I right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're good.
It's like I just drew a blank. So yeah, that's what. Hi, is Stacy. Oh, it's Stacy. Stacy with an E. So
Yeah,
that's
it's
what.
Stacy.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Her books. How many books did you write before you did Haunted Ends?
Shoot. Published or wrote?
Wrote.
Because there's a totally different thing with an author.
Okay, how about both?
Well, I have 12 books out now, and with another series called The Last McCoy, and then a couple other little books that I wrote on the side. But I've written probably, I don't know, 30, 40 books
Oh,
so
wow.
far.
Okay.
I've started at a young age. Some of them will never see the light of day. Hopefully, I pray. But, hey, you got to admit, sometimes it just doesn't work right. You have
Yeah.
the time, and you just learn from them. But yeah,
Oh.
it's a constant thing with me.
Yeah. I have a friend that just he finished his book finally, but it took him years to like get it finished, and then he finally got it published. So I was so happy for him. Carol wants to know, have you ever used a spirit board?
Well, I see her. Yeah, I mean, we have it up
You have
here.
one behind you?
There's one up there. I had to get it out of the box earlier.
Oh, okay.
I'm a little afraid to use it because I don't want anything bad coming into the house, but I may break it out soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm kind of scared of those myself, so I wouldn't touch them.
I've actually had worse experiences with spirit boxes. You know,
Really?
like what we use on yes.
Yeah.
I've actually had way worse experiences with those. I collect Ouija boards, and I've never
I know. I
had a
love the
bad
tapestry.
experience. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've never had a bad experience with that. I did have a bad experience with the spirit box. I talked to a demon on there one time.
Oh,
and
wow.
That wasn't. That was a little bit unnerving. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you know his name, or did you never
Amy.
find out who it was?
Yeah. He told me his name, Amy, and he's one of the demons that he's not necessarily bad or evil, but he's still a demon. So it's like, nope, I'm good.
He does literature or no philosophy, right?
Philosophy. He gives good familiars. He creativity.
Yeah.
Good create. Mm-hmm. Yep. So actually, he came in there with me on the spirit box.
That of all of them, I would say that would be the better of them all.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That would probably freak me out. Like, I'm with Megan. I'm afraid of bad juju.
Yeah, burn the incense, burn the sage, get them out of there.
Yep.
Yes. Speaking of which, I'm gonna get some the dragon blood candles from Dedrick. He sells them. I'm gonna get a couple of them from him. I already have my sage, so I'm gonna open my windows. Like Stacy said, she has her Monday little, what do you call it?
Magic Monday. I'm
Magic
a practicing
Monday.
witch.
So she said to open your windows, sage your house, burn your dragon's blood. I'm gonna try that.
I have dragon's blood ink. Will it be the same thing, or
I don't know.
Ink. Dragon's blood ink. Interesting.
Ink. Yeah, my husband bought it for me for a sacred quill the other day, and I haven't tried it yet.
Maybe you should write down. Well, okay, so like when you sage your home, the sage is what's helping to remove the negative energy, and then I burn dragon's blood incense, and the dragon's blood helps bring in the positivity back into the home.
Huh.
But almost like it seals the deal. So I'm wondering if you could
it'd be good to do contracts with this, huh?
Yeah. Yes. Yep. Sign away. That is very positive. That's awesome.
Better that blood than mine.
Right.
Wow. Carol said her experience was the opposite. She had an extremely bad experience with the board.
Yes.
The Ouija board.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Carol. That I know I've heard of that a lot from a lot of people, and I do feel bad that you've had a bad experience with it. But it could have been the circumstances at the time, and it really depends on if you set a protective circle around yourself beforehand. And I think a lot of people think it's a game, and they go in like when they're teenagers, and they go in thinking they're going to have fun at a sleepover, and you didn't set the right parameters for yourself. So that can also be part of it. But yeah, I'm sorry, Carol.
Why did they put it in the toy section?
I know, right?
Yeah.
I never understood that.
And you have to remember to close your section out too, right? After you're done.
Yeah, there are rules to follow with the Ouija board. You never play alone. You never play in a graveyard. And you always say goodbye and close out your session. But just as a witch myself, I always set a protective circle around myself as well.
And how do you do that?
It could be by burning sage and calling on your ancestors, your spirit guides, or, if you're Christian, your angels to protect you. Whatever you believe in. So
fascinating.
Yeah, she said, yeah, you need to be with the correct people also. Yeah, that I believe.
Yes. Yeah. It might have not even, yeah. So.
Okay, this must be Stacy. I need to see if the dragon's blood would help also with the mental health in the home. Stacy. Yeah, that's Stacy. I've learned a lot since then. I bet. Carol, you better than me because I would have been you probably were freaked out, but I probably, I don't know. I couldn't put myself in that position. I'm too chicken. No, I can't say I'm chicken.
And you go and investigate ghosts. You can't be that chicken.
No.
I was just about to say I can't be. I'm not chicken because I'm running. You know, we're like firemen. We're running to the building when other people are running the other way.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's go see what's going on.
It's like, what's that? Let me go see. Funny. Okay. Christopher says Teresa Lynn Bryant says she makes dragon blood candles and with a wood and wick too. Check out her website. She out of Montravolia, Indiana, and she has skincare line products too. Oh, cool.
Right on. Yeah. Thanks, Christopher.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, Dedrick sells the candles, and he's got all kinds of stuff too. And he was talking about the Florida water. I know you guys had mentioned that before.
So, Elizabeth, if you died and became a ghost, who or where would you haunt?
Oh, I've thought about this quite in detail. Well, first off, I need to find a nice attic. I want a quiet spot, probably out in the middle of the country somewhere, like farmland or something. And it has to have a really nice typewriter because, I'm not quitting. I'm going to be going on as the ghostwriter. But the only thing is I want to make sure to annoy the people downstairs as much as possible.
Yeah, I was going to say that'd be so
creator. I want a typewriter.
Click, 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 click. Like
exactly. I'm out there.
Can you imagine being downstairs and you look up like, what the hell?
Right? You would probably think it's rats or something, that clicking noise. It's like, what? That's funny.
Oh my God, that is too funny.
That's a good answer.
I'll make sure to do their floors and make their coffee in the morning.
Oh,
just to make up for it,
Yeah. Yes. So they can't get too mad at you. Right.
That's too funny. Carol says, I believe everything can be used as it's used and it's about intent. Yeah, that is very true. That's very true. And that's with just about anything that we do. Yeah.
Yep.
So we have an investigation coming up this Saturday. I'm looking forward to that. We're going to an old YMCA about hour and a half from here, from Phoenix. Hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that, isn't it? Yeah, about an hour and a half from Phoenix. So I'm looking forward to that. It's like I'm having withdrawals. I need to go investigate something.
I'm curious. Did you guys ever go to the? I recently went to the cemetery in Prescott that had Big Nose Kate.
No, I haven't been up there yet.
I was just curious if it was actually haunted or not.
I don't know. My sister and I did go to Jerome back in March, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
a lot of history there.
The asylum.
Yeah.
The Prescott area is really haunted, though. I've heard that. A lot of the local restaurants, they have the oldest bar ever in the entire state of Arizona in Prescott.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I've been there.
Have you?
I went and did all the Prescott stuff. I love that little town. It's so wonderful.
Yeah, and that's not too far from Jerome. That's only, I think, 30 minutes or something from Jerome.
Not very far at all.
Yeah. One of these days, I want to stay at the asylum, though, in Jerome.
Oh, the Grand Hotel. I mean, the Grand Hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the asylum is what they call the restaurant now, which I heard sucks.
Oh, is it? I know it used to be an actual asylum, but
yeah. They say don't eat there, eat at the Haunted Hamburger. The rest of the food sells there.
The Haunted Hamburger is really good. Mm-hmm.
It is.
I was a little concerned what they put in the meat.
Oh, Carol says she loves that, Elizabeth. Oh, okay. Hetty's back. Well, glad you're back. Had to step away for a little bit. But yeah. So because I wanna expand out because right now we have a team in Phoenix. We have one in Tucson. I want to expand to the north part of the state to get a team set up there so we can investigate up in the northern areas too. Because when you said a bar, there's a bar called the Palace. I'm not sure if that's the one you guys are talking about. I contacted the owner.
Where they actually took the bar out.
Yeah.
During the rain, when the fire. Yeah.
Yeah. Because he said they're open 7 days a week, he won't close to let us investigate. So I was like, okay, I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Hope
a
it's
really
not,
neat place, though.
hope there's not kangaroo in that burger.
Oh, I was thinking something else, but okay, I go with
Yeah.
kangaroo better.
We had a chili cook-off one time back in Illinois, and there's like 5 of us. We made chili, and we combined it. It came out really good. But one of the building inspector, he goes, "Don't tell anybody Bambi's in the chili."
Oh, I'm sad.
Oh, it was venison chili.
Yeah, but it was good. So all
I
of it
bet you it
wasn't
was.
venison.
Sometimes you just don't ask. Just don't ask. Just eat and go.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I had a root burger in Sydney, Australia. Oh wow, was it good? And I've had deer chili. I've had gator down in Louisiana, so that was
I
actually
love gator.
yeah, it tastes like pork
Yeah.
to me. It's really good.
Oh, not to me. It tastes like gator. It tastes like an
I could eat a
alligator.
lizard.
Well, it was a burger I had, and the burger it tastes like pork to me. So
Okay.
it was pretty good. Oh yeah, it was okay.
Okay.
Oh,
People hunt them. I mean, makes sense.
Right?
yeah.
Not for
sad.
us.
It's like I won't eat duck. I refuse to eat duck. I dislike them too much.
I don't think I've ever had duck. I don't think I've ever had duck. I've had rabbit, which I didn't really care for.
I
My
like
mother
rabbit.
cooked it a long
I
time
liked
ago.
it. Yeah. Well, it depends on how it's prepared, as with
Yeah.
everything. Yep, it really does.
I
Yeah.
had ostrich once. That was just chicken.
Was it really ostrich?
Yeah, just-
Basically.
Oh, this is ostrich. I thought it was chicken.
Say duck sucks is real greasy. That it is. I remember my mother telling me that.
I make a roasted duck every Christmas Eve. And
Cool.
mine's not greasy. Like I said, it depends on how you prepare it. Sorry, Elizabeth, I know you like ducks. Sorry. I'm sorry. So, Elizabeth, I've got one more question for you. What's one question you wish we would have asked you, and how would you have answered it?
Well, let's see here. I have my social media. I have you can follow me on Twitter at Chaos on Paper, and on Facebook at author at Elizabeth Price, or you can go to my website. It is at espwriter.com.
Cool.
Nice. All right.
My
Hope
sister
everybody
said,
comes.
yeah, my sister said gator to her tastes like catfish without the fish taste, if that makes sense. She is so silly.
Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. No gator.
My
I
sister,
don't
she
care how
cracked me up.
hungry I am. I can't eat that.
Yeah, it was funny, but we are coming up on our hour. I so appreciate you coming on with us and talking with
Yes.
us
It's a
tonight.
blast. Thank you.
Yes, Elizabeth. Thank you so much for coming on.
So I am going to figure out we're going to take us out. Don't go anywhere. Just hold on, Elizabeth.
Okay.
Let me see. Where's my outro? Here we go.